Guys, we have an urgent information coming out. Private companies have raised millions of dollars to block the sun. What could go wrong? Well, a lot of things could go wrong. It was not meant to be blocked. So we're going to see what's going on in this one here. So the most powerful powerful companies, billionaires, top billionaires have raised millions, and their plan is to block the sun. You know, the book of Revelation talks about the sun being blocked and what happens to them. I mean, what happens to our planet? Well, there's a lot of things that could happen. The crops could be literally gone. There could be a great famine. There could be also earthquakes and so many other things. It was not meant to be blocked, put it like that. But apparently, you got these Looney Tunes that they believe that is a good idea to block it. Block it, I tell you, block it. And so, yeah, so we're going to see what's going on with this one here. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to help and support the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also the description box. Once again, thank you so much for your support. Guys, do me a favor, if you can, share this video on your platform, or if you have a website, you can share it on your website. This platform is no longer sharing our stuff, and they're doing it to thousands of other channels. But with your support, hit that thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. For as little as $1, you can dim the sun just a tiny bit to save the world from the climate change. At least that's the promise sold by a California startup called Make Sunset. This is just, it's sad. It's sad. This is where we at. This is where we at in these end times. Your dollar will pay for founder Luke Eisman to drive a Winnebago RV into the hills half an hour outside Saratoga, California, to release a balloon loaded with sulfur dioxide, an air pollutant normally spewed by volcanic eruption. He and is actually apologize. Give me a second here. He and his 1,000 paying customers hope the balloon will burst in the stratosphere, releasing particles that will block sunlight and cool the planet. I don't see nothing wrong with our planet, to be honest. I don't see anything wrong. If there's something wrong, well, it's possibly man-made. How many satellites do we have in space? I mean, we have so much. Again, it's over, 10,000 satellites? I could be wrong, but there are thousands of satellites. You have the 5G, you got HARP, you got CERN. They turn on the machine and stuff like that, releases a whole bunch of energy. You got all these private planes. I mean, it's not the sun. It's the stuff that we're building. It says here, Iceman sun blocking activities, which aren't officially approved by any gov on Earth, but aren't illegal under California law. Yeah, California are an example of a controversial tactic called solar geoengineering. It has been the subject of many science fiction stories, conspiracy, and at least one U.S. spy report warning that it could spark real world wars. And now it's becoming a private industry. Make Sunset has raised more than $1 million from investor and sold more than 100,000 worth of cooling credits to customers this year. A better funded competitor, Stardust, has raised $75 million to develop a more sophisticated geoengineering method. It says will be ready to launch by the end of the decade, although its founders vowed they won't deploy their technology unless a gov hires them to do so. Just in case they lead us to the end of the world, they want to have insurance backup. The companies have sparked debate about the role private firms should play in tinkering with the global. You know what? Here's the thing, guys. It was not meant to be blocked. Everything is perfectly fine. Everything is great. Everything's just fine. I think what needs to happen is we need to kind of take it easy with all this technology stuff because it's impact our planet. But the sun is great. Everything is fine. We're living this beautiful world that God has given us. But it just, at the very end, it seems like man is the one that completely turned it upside down. It says proponents say startups can develop a potentially world-changing technology faster than plotting university scientists. And in recent years, academic studying geoengineering have tried to do basic outdoor equipment tests in Sweden and California, only to face a pushback and cancel their plans. Eventually they're going to do something that is going to hurt not only the planet but everything. It's not a good idea to do this. They won't let us fly our drones in Home Depot parking lot. It says here they stop. They give up, said Max, a venture capitalist and Stardust investor. If I'm an entrepreneur at heart, no, there is no I'll give up. Next topic, I'll solve this problem without compromising safety. There's a different mindset. Opponents say profit-seeking companies have no business developing a technology designed to affect everyone on Earth, which may have unintended consequences for global weather patterns and could take out people by raising air pollution and other stuff. That is not good. Look at this here, guys. I'm just going to highlight it. You guys won't be able to see it, but you see that part? I do not trust the private sector to make good decisions for people. All right, so give me a second here. The whole move, fast and break things ethos, I've seen it. And it hasn't gone particularly well for society. Most gov have no specific geoengineering regulations, although a patchwork of laws and international treaties on air pollution and weather modification may apply. Tennessee, Louisiana, and Florida have banned the practice, and further bans have been proposed in 34 U.S. states. At the federal level and in Mexico. The Environmental Protection Agency said it's investigating Make Sunset and conducting an internal review of any current authority that can be utilized to halt this activity. So the one that is going to mess everything up, it seems like, is California, because California has no law when it comes to doing that type of experiment. You don't need gov approval under California law. So it seems like Cali's the one that is going to cause something and is going to be bad. You got all these states are saying it ain't gonna happen. We're not gonna have that that test or experiment happening in our state. And it's not good, because look what happened to the they did the experiment of dropping certain things on the cloud to make it rain. Cloud seeding, I think that's the name. And what happened? Look at Texas. You can't play with stuff like that. You see that flood stuff? That's brutal. Imagine you blocking the sun. What's gonna happen? That sun might increase the temperature. Instead of seeing 90 degrees, we might see 130. Keep playing with the sun. Keep playing with that. Meanwhile, private geoengineering companies have few rules to follow. Gov need to either clearly ban such activity, or they need to come up with guardrails within which these kinds of activity can help. Alright, so I'm going to skip some of these stuff. People have proposed many ways to balance sunlight away from Earth to lower temperatures, including sprinkling reflected particles into the stratosphere, making clouds shinier, and launching giant space mirrors into orbit. Oh my goodness. Oh, man, this is where we are right now. Let's put a mirror up there and let's shine it somewhere else. Yeah, that's another way to bring aliens to our planet. Alright, so I'm kidding, guys. These methods are supposed to be cheaper and faster than rewiring the world to run on clean energy and removing tons of carbon dioxide from the air. And much cheaper than the cost of catastrophe. Halving the rate of global warming for 15 years by dusting the stratosphere with sulfur dioxide will cost about $2.25 billion per year, according to a 2018 estimate from researchers at Yale and Harvard. What are your thoughts on this? Leave comments down below. Theoretically, rogue billionaires could afford to at least start changing this climb, on their own. That's the premise of the science fiction novel Termination Shock, which inspired Iceman to make Sunset in 2022. It doesn't turn out well in the book. I haven't read that book. It says here, but if you're a billionaire and you like to put a lot of sulfur in the stratosphere without consulting anybody, Iceman said he'll be happy to help. Our beloved planet is getting all this treatment and this consequences to it. I am getting goosebumps. Who is this person? I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about how awesome that would be. What's my coffee? Planet Earth, I'm sorry for what's happening to you. Man. So it says here, if every country in the world bans this, and a billionaire comes to me and says, here's a boat with a flag of a convenience that's not going to enforce that ban, I want to take credit if people like it and have plausible deniability if they don't go, I can think of no better way to spend the next several years. There are a few people willing to defend independent geoengineering, including Andrew Lockley, a British researcher formerly affiliated with the University College London. He ran his own field test in 2022, releasing a balloon carrying 400 grams of sulfur dioxide, named the stratospheric aerosol transport and nucleation. Look at that project. Look at that. Satan. That's crazy. That is absolute crazy, man. Oh, man. That's the name, which is short for Satan. Wow. And they kept that name. They kept that name. They would have changed it or something. But it was like, nah, you know what? We keep that name. Satan? Yeah, Satan? Yeah, we keep that name. Satan Project. Satan Project. It's common sense, guys. A true Christian will not be thinking of stuff like this when it comes to impacting our planet. Because God has everything under control. It's like that song. He got the whole world in his hand. He got the whole world in his hand. But we got something else going on here. The Satan Project. Now, he also co-wrote a 2023 paper arguing that if the Gov failed to solve the climate change, people may have a right to dim the sun themselves, so long as they do proper planning and monitoring. This is very concerning here, guys. There are consequences to stuff like this. So it's a very long article. Very long article. I'm gonna leave this in a in the description box. There's a lot more to it. I'll try to keep this under 15 minutes because it takes forever to upload this video, guys. It does. It takes really, really long to upload 15, 16-minute video. Keeping secrets. If a country decides to dim the sun, Stardust would like to be the company they call. All right. Our mission is to develop a safe and responsible and practical manner to cool the planet. An end-to-end solution that we expect will be ready in the next few years and cost 1,000 times cheaper than any other alternative, Yaveb said. That's their idea. We want to block the sun. Not much, just a little bit. Well, something bad is going to happen. Is there a possibility they might doing it? I mean, again, they could be doing this now. There's a possibility they might be sprinkling something on the sun. Perhaps all those solar flares that's going on, all those black holes that's opening up in the sun, you never know. A lot of things is happening behind closed doors. And now all of a sudden we need to block the sun. And the name of the project is called Satan. Anyway, guys, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, this is all related to Bible prophecy. We are seeing it, we are living it, and we are witnessing scriptures happening right in front of our faces. That link will be in the description box if you guys want to read the rest of it. And if you can, make sure you like, subscribe. Thank you so much for your support. God bless you all. Till next time later. Peace.